Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hi guys, I am Siti Maharani from class 4C with student ID number 080. And now I am coming back. Here I want to recommend you a book that can help you to study English literature. So if you need to know the basic of English literature, please watching my video. The title of this book is Studying English Literature, a practical guide by the author Tory. This book is published by Cambridge University Press in 2008. This book has 186 pages and the type of this book is reference. There are 6 chapters here. The first chapter is Introduction. There are 7 subtitles in this chapter. This book's first chapter is an introduction to the book. The author explains the purpose of this book and how to use it in this chapter. This chapter covers a wide range of literary topics such as novel. And there is also a very brief history of writing and reading. The second chapter is reading. This chapter contains 8 subtitles. This chapter contains expert opinions about reading as writing, things learned in English literature, critical analysis examples, and questions and websites about English literature. This chapter discusses new ways of reading as well as the variations and various state uses of text in English literature. There is also explanation about plagiarism and how to avoid it. The third chapter of this book is Argument. There are 8 subtitles in this chapter. This chapter contains some questions, and then this chapter also includes an example and an explanation of the function of argument. This chapter will define argument and rhetoric as well as how to initiate a dialogue. There is also explained about stories, arguments, democracy, and rhetoric. The fourth chapter is essays. There are 12 subtitles in this chapter. There are some quizzes, the standards for grading an undergraduate essay, and then a few hints and suggestions, and then a checklist for editing your essay. This chapter will go over the definition of an essay, its function, and how to write one. This chapter also explains the definition of the stage to write an essay. The fifth chapter is Sentences. This chapter contains 7 subtitles. There are some questions and notes in this chapter. This chapter will demonstrate the elements of sentence as well as the various types of errors that can occur when writing a sentence. In this chapter, there are also types of errors that are often made by students. And then the last chapter of this book is References. This chapter has 4 subtitles, and then the order of information to create bibliographies and works cited list is given, along with some examples, notes, questions, and the information itself. This chapter will discuss the MLA system, how to make a citation, the different types of quotations, and how to create bibliographies and works cited in the MLA format. This book is good to be used by English literature teachers. Not only that, but this book can also be used by English literature students, beginners who want to learn about English literature, and outside students majoring in English literature. This book gives the reader a basic knowledge of what literature is. This book also includes any elements contained in literature. As a reader, I find this book to be extremely useful. Although I am not a student majoring in English literature, I am also a student studying English majoring in English education to be precious. In my studies, I also study about literature, although only studying the basics related to literature. This book helped me to know more about everything related in it. I also found some new knowledge, such as how to write essays, useful websites related to literature, what is writing as reading, even about the essences of writing and reading in life. Everything related in the literature is also explained in detail and consciously in this book, so that the readers didn't need to spend a lot of time of reading and didn't feel bored. However, there are some flaws that I found in this book. This book has too many subchapters and sub-subchapters. I think this is a little annoying because the explanation contained in it contains a brief explanation. I feel that it is not necessary and can be shared with only a few subchapters and sub-subchapters. The choice of vocabulary and sentences in this book also often makes me confused in understanding what it means to convey. But overall, this book is very useful and helps us to gain insight into matters related to literature. I suggest you to read it if you want to know more about literature and about the book itself, of course. Okay, this is the end of the textbooks review entitled Studying English Literature, a Practical Guide by the author Tory. I hope you all can understand everything what I say. And thanks for watching and see you on the next video. Bye bye. And the last, Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.